Welcome back to the channel, Loving Love Mallorca. I'm Andrew. Today we're going to have a little look around Can Picafort. Starting off, as you can see, down the beach. Blimey, it's a red hot day today. We're having a little bit of a heat wave. It's well in its 30s. It's so hot. If you are coming here, you're going to have a marvellous time at the moment, but just be very, very careful not to burn. So let's get on with the walk. We can start off with a little paddle along the beach, and we're going to have a look and see what there is in the market, because Friday is market day. So let's see what the market's like and all the other shops and bits and bobs. So let's take a walk down to the sea then, see what the water's like. It's going to be lovely and warm. Nice to see how many people in there, in the sea itself. Oh, it's not as cold as I imagined actually. Came by bus, and the bus is now from Mallorca down here. It was $4.50 per person, but which I thought was quite surprising. The bus was completely electric. I thought it was quite a nice touch, to be honest. Even though the price is nearly doubled, last time it was only $170 or $180, so $4.50 is quite a big hike, isn't it? So when I flew over this time, I flew over our friend Lisa. She's staying with us for 10 days. She's been a friend of ours for many years. She's been here quite a handful of times, I must admit. So we've got plenty of Bacta on us, sun cream. It's just coming back after a month. I do try to start again from scratch again, if you know what I mean, so I don't get burnt. It's no fun getting burnt, is it? And apparently we're in for 40 odd degrees. So it's going to get exceptionally hot, isn't it, by the weekend. I do love looking at these rocks, where the sea goes crashing up to the rocks. Got a lot around here when we in Can Picafort. Along this beach is a mixture of sand and rocks, and believe me, you do notice it if you do accidentally kick the rock. Lots of hotels in Can Picafort and cafes to choose from, and it's not a bad little shopping area as well. And Can Picafort goes on to some Barlow, which is a nice little town in itself. Down there, it's all connected. There's a little harbour down here, little port we'll be getting to shortly, down there. Again, like at all the other parts of Mallorca, you do have to go out quite far before you get out of your depth in the sea. Got people out there playing ball. So leaving the beach now, we're heading more towards the cafes and bars. Along the promenade here, you have got a good selection of bars and shops, little cafes to choose from going up there. You've got the main shopping area just up there you can get to, and a load more cafes, bars, etc. going this way. Along here there is a cycle lane and a walking lane. You'll find people jogging down here in the evening, just going for a stroll before or after dinner. It's quite a busy little lane down here, is right next to the beach, as you can see there. So this is more or less the end of part of the beach here. Just here you'll see a few of the statues. I'll talk about a few of the videos. And just here is like a bit of evening entertainment things, some bouncy castles, trampoline, a few food trucks, that sort of thing you just find here. So down here, as you can see, it's a little bit of sand, not a great deal, but this is where you find a few people do a little bit of sunbathing and swimming. The actual sea just here is so clear just in this part here. It's lovely, and some rocks as we go further around. You have to see people doing a little bit of fishing around here. I wonder if they get lucky or not. I was saying here you do have a few bits of things to do over the evening. You've got like this outside gym type of thing. You've got some restaurants. Like the takeaway lorry down there. So if it's going to happen, it will probably happen in just a little square just here. I'm not sure what's happening here, but it's looking a little bit more positive, isn't it? They've got a little stage and a few tables and chairs coming out. I mean, everything's starting to look a little bit better, isn't it? There's children in their canoes and things, having lessons. So I'm just getting into the port now. You'll find boats and everything for every occasion. If you enjoy your boats, you can book your trips. There's a little kiosk here. So it looks like whatever you like on the water, you can get it just here. All different prices, all different excursions. So just round that way, that's where you can see the port properly with the restaurants and things. But we're going to continue today straight down here and try and see what the market is like at the moment. It's normally a huge market, but it hasn't been anything at all for such a long time. But now we are summer, it is August after all. We just want to see if they brought anything else out. You know, anybody else has come out to join the market. It's very, very important to keep your fluid levels up. I know as you're walking, you really don't feel that hot, but you should really, otherwise you're going to easily get dehydrated. So cheers from me. Refreshments. Just noticed the market's open, so you're going to come down and have a little look. As you can see here, when I was last down, his hotel wasn't open at all and the swimming pool was empty. As you can see here, it's open. Nice to see the market doing a little bit, isn't it? So there are a good handful of market stalls, as you can see around here at the moment, but you've still got to be very, very careful, because obviously where there's a lot of people, there could be a good chance of the COVID still around. So it really is a good idea to continue wearing your masks where possible. But how busy this market used to be years ago, you can definitely see how it has shrunk, can't you? More with people, obviously, which is a shame. But I think it's the way forward. I mean, with a bit of luck, things will start getting back to normal within the next year or two. Just have to see how many these shop stall holders, cafes, etc., can actually hang on till things start brightening up a bit. The market is on all year round, but as you can imagine, in the winter months it's purely a locals market. This summer markets we're seeing now is obviously only coming out for the summer months for the tourists. But as you can see here, social distancing really isn't so much of a problem because there just aren't the tourists here. I think they're all on the beach, weren't they, as we saw earlier. As you can see, you really don't have to wear your mask as long as you can social distance from other people, which isn't really a problem here. But I just think it's safe to continue wearing it if you're not convinced. Does that make sense to you or not? I just think to myself, it's safer to than not to. But that's just my personal opinion, mind. So as I was saying, down here, this is heading towards Barlow, part of Can Picafort. Normally this is a huge market as a norm, but it has shrunk, as you can see, due to the fires, I would imagine, and the lack of tourists. So as you can see here now, this is the end of the market. So we'll continue round now and we head towards the town and see what the town has to offer. And we'll probably go and have another drink or something to eat. Just see how the day progresses, should I say. If you've got a little business over in Mallorca, an excursion or something, doing boat trips or something like that, and you'd like me to come along with my cameras and make a little film, then please get in touch and email or message below or whatever, and we have a little chat. Got some beautiful walks around here, as you can see. It's just lovely to have a look around Can Picafort and Barlow and all the rest of it. It's everywhere's accessible quite easily in your electric buggy, wheelchair, whatever you've got. Here now where the shops start. So it's the same, you're really not that far away from the beach, the port with the boats, the market on a Friday. And everywhere it's just very, very well accessible for walking, or if you've got mobility issues, by wheelchair. Trains are operating at the moment. You see a few of them. Normally you'd see loads of them, wouldn't you? But at the moment there's only a few dotting around, but they are moving. With the buses and everything else, it does make it feel like summer. But you will notice a lot of the shops are open all year round, and some hotels are open as well with the winter months. So it's quite nice to come here, even for locals, because you do have a little bit more happening, if you know what I mean. A few more cafes are open than what we used to. It's open down here. Lovely to have the sun out. It's a little breeze which doesn't make you feel that hot, if you know what I mean, but you do really have to be careful because it is hot. It's 32 degrees at the moment, and we are expecting a lot more at the weekend. And the beach is only on my right hand side, so So again, you are very close to the town if you're on the beach. Come in and grab a sandwich or a drink or whatever if you don't fancy one of the many restaurants on offer. Plenty of places to rent a car if you fancy a little drive, and it is quite easy to drive over here. Especially now you've got sat navs and things, you really don't have to plan your route as long as you know where you're going. So if you don't fancy any restaurants or ice cream shops or whatever, you've got a Burger King just on this corner. If you just fancy a quick burger or something. And just here we'll take a left hand side up the hill, which is probably know it's got a few more tourist shops and cafes and things. Seems to have quite a lot up here for the tourists, little shops and things. And this heads onto the main road, where you'll find a few more cafes at the top. You can see here, it looks pretty quiet at the moment, but come the evening, it turns into a different story. It goes absolutely mad up here. It's the happening place, if you like, for the youngsters. There's a club up here, several bars and things. You can really tell the difference as soon as night falls up this way. Surgeries, medical centres if you need your COVID test for your return. And up here, this is the main road I was telling you about. Takes you to Akudia. If you want to turn right, you know, we've found a load of hotels along here as well. So it's been a nice walk around, hasn't it? Have a look at the market, the beach, had a little paddle. There's a few more shops down there as well. Hotels, restaurants, things like that along this main road here. So I hope you enjoyed today's little walk around, having a look at the market, the town, the beach, had a little paddle and so on. If you did, I'd love you to give a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget the Facebook page, Love in Love Mallorca. And I'll see you all on the next film. Bye for now.